Welcome to RewardWorks software from Zavez for Great Plains. Today we're going to do a brief demonstration of the RewardWorks software while we cross-reference some Great Plains screenshots. The entire reason that Zavez is in business is for accounts payable. We want to help with each step of the way: who takes American Express, how to get the vendors the payment information, updating your Great Plains system, and reconciling. Where we get started is with your vendor list. You'll send us in a list of your vendors, and we'll go out and identify everyone's American Express policies. The other reason we do this is we have to have this information to create a SQL database. That's how the software knows who takes American Express and acts as a backup for all of your American Express transactions. This is your database. We help you install it after we download it, but it sits behind your firewalls. After we've installed the database, we'll client install the individual PCs that you want to have the software on. RewardWorks will sit as a menu option right inside your Great Plains system. Now, what RewardWorks is looking for is open invoices. So we want you to enter these open invoices into Great Plains as you always have. You're going to post these invoices the same. You'll code these invoices the same. You'll even do pay runs on the exact same days. Just right before you batch those invoices for a check, you'll open up RewardWorks. Now, you'll always pay with RewardWorks first. It's RewardWorks who knows who takes American Express, not Great Plains. So by opening RewardWorks, we're going to get all of those American Express invoices out of the way. Now, RewardWorks is going to automatically go into Great Plains using Dexterity and pull over all the open invoices of those vendors who say yes. Now, you can immediately go up top and sort these invoices by due date. You can sort by the largest invoice, invoice number. It's a very user-friendly program. Now, you can select invoices one by one, but you can also right-click, and now I have the option to grab all those invoices for Airgas, or I can select all the invoices altogether. Now, this is making a pop-up come up that says we've run into our available limit. Now, this is an example of multiple card use. Many companies have more than just an accounts payable card. Maybe there's a travel and expense card, maybe the owner's got a card in his pocket, but it's all part of one program. So this is a way to help you keep track of the amount you set aside for payables. Maybe this month you want to program it at $50,000, and next month you can change that to $150,000. The software is never pulling any information from the Internet. Before we actually post these invoices, I'm going to go down here and run a report on selection. This is my open invoice report, but now it's for American Express. It's going to show me everybody who's about to be paid, breaking down the invoices, the credits, and the totals. In every report you generate in RewardWorks, you can put it in PDF, Excel, or Word, and by default, we use Crystal Reports. Well, let's go ahead and post these invoices. So I'm going to go down here to Pay Invoices to come to one more confirmation screen. You can see how much you're spending. And then you click Accept, and now we're done. My software is going to go back into Great Plains using Dexterity. It's going to historically close out all of the invoices that you've selected, and it's going to move it as an open invoice under the American Express vendor. Now, at the same time we're doing that, we're also generating this remittance advice. Now, we'll come back and talk about how you want to send this to your vendors, because right now I want to show you some screenshots of exactly how we update Great Plains. My screenshots here are referencing Great Plains 10.0, but we're compatible with 7.5 all the way up to 2010 now. In this example, Waste Management is our vendor. We've paid 2 invoices through the software, and as you can see, they're historically closed out, and the alternate payment number is applied. What this is Great Plains' ability today to use American Express. You can go into Great Plains and grab an invoice and close it out, but it's a manual step. You go in and close those invoices out one by one. Well, that's the exact same ability that RewardWorks has, except now we're automating that, so behind the scenes, you don't have to do anything. So we'll historically close out your requested invoices and apply the alternate payment number, which is the number you're not currently using for your checks. So if you use the letter series for your checks, we'll use the zeros for American Express and vice versa. Now keep this 0523 number in mind. It's closed out under Waste Management, but under my American Express vendor, that same 0523 number is now listed as an open invoice. This is a vendor-to-vendor transfer. It works exactly as American Express works when you pay a vendor. All it does is move the liability. This step does not affect your general ledger account, not yet. It's when you go back and cut the check for American Express that will close out these open invoices and give you a GL posting like any other check-to-vendor transfer. At the same time we're doing that, we're also generating this remittance advice. Now we need to send this to your vendors. You can mail this, you can fax this, and you can email this. We can generate copies for your records. But however you choose to send it, as long as Airgas is receiving it, they will process what's called a card not present transaction, also known as a vendor-initiated payment. So the vendors will still initiate the payment, but now it's faster than if you send them a check. In many circumstances, with the protection of American Express, this is actually safer than sending out your entire financial institution information on a check. Now we can still sign this. You can absolutely print this out. We can sign this. We can also put electronic signatures on this. You can have the fax number pulled over. You can have the email address pulled over. And we can automatically set the software up to generate emails for individual vendors. However you choose to send this, we're going to help you set up this payment letter. And that way, every time you go to pay Aramark, the software will let you know exactly how you want to send it. Now, the software RewardWorks is acting as a backup for all American Express transactions. So as long as you back up that SQL database, the software will never purge information. Any date range, you can go into the software, and we'll use a payment history by vendor as an example. If we select all vendors and summarize, what we'll get is a report that looks exactly like the American Express statement. You can take this report and put it into Excel and line this up next to the American Express online or at work statement and make sure everybody's on the list. Now we can uncheck Summarize and get a closed invoice report. We have open invoice reports, aging reports, any report you can think of, we've got it over here so you can run a number of them to help with month-end, year-end, reconciliation, or even audits. We will help you install this, we will train you on this, and we will remain as on-demand support and service. Well, thank you so much for joining my demonstration today, and I hope you have a good rest of the day.